Hey, just a quick warning. This video will be a bit darker than my previous one, as today's topic it can be a bit uncomfortable for some people. So if that's not your thing, go check out one of my other videos. If you do continue, just know that viewer discretion is advised. Lil Tay just made $1 million online. The way she did it though, quite controversial if I do say so myself. Some of you guys might be wondering, who the hell is Lil Tay? Well, Lil Tay, real name Claire Eileen G. Hope, was born on July 29, 2007 in Atlanta, Georgia. She would get her start on Instagram and YouTube in 2018 and would be known for rapping, yelling expletives, and showcasing her seemingly expensive lifestyle, all at the age of 9. Over the years, she came and went, getting into some controversies here and there. But on August 3rd, 2025, shortly after her 18th birthday, Tay launched an OnlyFans account. After just 3 hours of the account being open, she posted a screenshot on her social medias which showed a gross revenue of $1,024,298. She became a millionaire in 3 hours. That's less time than Nancy Christie for Millionaire. And she really had the audacity to post a screenshot breaking down the revenue. She made over $500,000 from subscriptions, over $480,000 from private messages, and over $27,000 in tips alone. No! You wanna know the scariest part? It's happened before, because on April 1st, 2021, 6 days after her 18th birthday, Bad Baby opened an OnlyFans account, earning, again, over $1 million in revenue in the first 6 hours. That means Lil Tay beat her by 3 hours. She earned nearly $760,000 from subscriptions, almost $270,000 from messages, and $5,000 in tips. And as of September 2024, she earns almost $1.5 million per month, making her the highest paid creator on the platform. What is going on? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I think It's Blanco said it best, saying, quote, "I'm sorry, but anyone that subscribed to that has to be arrested." Which, yeah, they sure as hell do. Because how is this legal? She is an influencer with a very young audience. If teenage girls hear about how much money she made on OnlyFans, chances are they're going to want to try it too. And that is scary. I don't know what it is, but people are extremely obsessed with female child celebrities and influencers turning 18. Because back in 2008, Harry Potter actress Emma Watson was ambushed by paparazzi who camped outside of her house to take pictures up her skirt on her 18th birthday. That is disgusting. But it isn't just girls who are getting treated like this, it's boys too. Because back in 2012, there was a company that released a Justin Bieber sex doll just months after he turned 18. Yeah, I'm just as shocked as you are. You know what pisses me off the most? If you look at the doll, it is clearly based on him when he was a teenager. Look at the hair. It's based on his swoop style. It's wearing purple like when he was a kid. And the packaging even says things like finally 18 and I want to be your boy toy. Why? Why the hell would anyone think this is okay? Oh my God. The over-sexualization of minors pisses me off like nothing else in the world. We need to get back to Lil Tay. Yahoo Entertainment released an article about this incident stating, quote, "While the cash rolled in fast, so did concerns, with seasoned content creator Sophie Rain stepping in to share an emotional warning about what comes next." So even she spoke out about this, and here's what she said. She said, quote, "I'm proud of her, but I hope she's ready for the mental strain it causes at such a young age. I talked to her and gave her advice, and she's really young. I told her, this industry doesn't come with a warning label. It may look glamorous, but it's not for the faint of heart. She's got confidence, but it won't protect you from the mental toll this can take, especially when you're still figuring out who you are." And you see, even Sophie herself has had to deal with this because, quote, "I've been down this road. The fame, the fast money, the constant judgment, it changes you. I just hope she has a strong support system." Everyone sees the $1 million screenshot. Nobody sees the anxiety, the pressure, the hate DMs at 3 a.m. That's the reality I want her to understand. So obviously, Sophie is very concerned about Lil Tay. And you wanna know how she reacted to this? She said, quote, "You can hit on me all you want. You can't say Lil Tate ain't winning." For God's sake, she's trying to help you idiot! But you wanna know what's even more crazy? Her father is okay with this. Lil Tay's father, Chris Hope, spoke out, stating, quote, "I'm sure she's going to be successful in whatever she decides to do. Some people won't approve no matter what she does. She can make her own decisions. I love her and I'm not in a place to judge her choice to join the adult website," unquote. Now there's a very important detail I've been holding on to until this point, and that is that people were pre-ordering her. Let's read some comments from It's Blanco's video. FrostyBoy007 says, "Bro, who was spawn camping?" Yeah, because the second she turns 18, that's when you think, oh, I can go on her OnlyFans and search her up and do this stuff. No! B_1276 says, nah, this should count as CP. I don't care if she's 18. This is beyond disgusting. It is. It is disgusting. It's horrible. The real Luffy-J2V said, and if she filmed some before her 18th birthday, it's basically CP. Yeah, it is CP. Stuff like this is exactly why we have very strict laws to protect minors, why we have age restrictions, and why parents are so scared of letting their child go online. But my question is, why the hell is OnlyFans so easily accessible? And why is that people's first choice when they turn 18? I just turned 18 a few months ago, and you wanna know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about getting the highest grades possible, getting ready for graduation, packing everything up so we could move, and most importantly, getting enrolled in college, not selling my goddamn body on OnlyFans. And it's one thing if you have absolutely nothing left and you are very desperate for money. That I can understand. But if you're not considering going to college or at the very least getting a job and you just instantly decide to go to OnlyFans, that is a you problem. And you might be like, oh, they're 18, they're an adult now, so it's okay. No, this should not be legal at all, period. Just because someone is 18 does not mean you can treat them like a piece of meat. Hey, just came here to add a proper outro to this video. Just protect your kids. See what they're doing. Stop them from going to dangerous sites. Just step the fuck up. I know this video was really dark, so before I go, I want to show you guys a funny clip from Jimmy Fallon I saw. But with that out of the way, thanks for watching, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you when I see you.
Elizabeth Warren said that she wants the government to consider blocking the merger between Dick's and Foot Locker. She said we already have that merger. It's called OnlyFans. There you go. Thank you, Brad. You called it. You called it. I like you. You got good taste. You got good taste.
Attention all sports fans. Y'all acting like some assholes. Ever since the dawn of time, people have always said, oh, use good manners. Always have good sportsmanship. And people have been doing that. Mostly. But I don't think people are doing that anymore, especially not recently. Because back in June, Ketel Marte nearly cried after hearing a quote-unquote fan heckle his late mother. A fan was up on the dugout shouting things about my mother, he said. He was like, last night I sent a message to your mother. And actually, I apologize. He wasn't almost in tears. He actually did cry. Because Marte was seen in tears on the field after the 22-year-old spectator yelled a derogatory comment about Marte's late mother during a 7th inning at bat in Arizona's 4-1 win over Chicago on Tuesday night. That is just horrible. And the MLB actually banned him indefinitely from all stadiums the next day. He said he's used to getting taunted, but had never been heckled about his mom. He said what made it more painful for him was that the Diamondbacks were in Chicago to play the Cubs when she died. We have to do something about the fans. They're going too far, he said. They always shout things about me, but not about my mother. Everyone knows that my mother died in an accident and nothing. We're praying for him, for the guy who shouted, and for his family, you know. May God protect him and cleanse his heart. They always shout things at me, but I don't pay attention. But when they talk about my mother, it's a different story. Now that is just sad and disrespectful because a mother is one of the most important people in your life. I mean, she quite literally gave birth to you. Making fun of someone else's dead mother just because they're on the opposite team is horrible. That is just utterly disrespectful, and I am very glad this guy was banned. Stuff like this is exactly why we need to keep these thoughts to ourselves. Because my mother would always say, if you don't have anything nice to say, then just shut up. Also, I find it interesting how every news source seems to shorten their name from Diamondbacks to D-backs. It actually does make sense because that dude is a D-bag. Another reason sportsmanship is dead is because this old lady tried to steal a home run ball from a father and his son. I pretty much wanted her to go away, he said to NBC on Saturday, a day after his altercation went viral. Still in disbelief that she walked down there like that. Feltwell, a Phillies fan from New Jersey, who now lives in West Palm Beach, Florida, was attending last Friday night's game between the Phillies and Miami Marlins with his wife and 2 children. The family was in the left field stands when Phillies center fielder Harrison Bader hit a home run that landed near them in the top of the 4th inning. Many fans scrambled to find the ball, but he actually caught it and gave it to his son Lincoln. So of course you can imagine just the pure joy of catching a home run ball. But then this bitch had to ruin it, because she angrily approached them and screamed in his ear saying, "That's my ball!
That's my
Ball!"
I don't know you!
After a brief tense exchange, he took the ball from his son's mitt and gave it to her.
I cannot believe it!
Now, why did he do that? Because he didn't want it to escalate. I had a fork in the road. Either do something I was probably going to regret, or be a dad and show him how to de-escalate the situation. So that's where I went. I wasn't very happy that we had to give it to her, but we can't win. God. And you'll always say, oh, baseball is America's pastime. No, being rude is your pastime. Come on now. Now, thankfully, this story has a happy ending because after the game, Bader met with the family and gave Lincoln a signed bat. But what's funny is, this altercation happened days after a similar scene unfolded at the US Open. And speaking of which, let's talk about that. Camille took off his cap and appeared to pass it to the boy who was clutching a giant tennis ball with both hands. As he reached out to take it, Theodore, standing next to him, snatched it away and gave it to a woman who put it in her handbag despite the boy's visible protestations. The boy and Theodore appeared not to know each other. The clip soon after went viral on social media, with many criticizing the latter's behavior. On Monday, he apologized for his actions in a post on Facebook, saying he believed, quote, the tennis player was handing his cap to me. More specifically to his sons who had earlier asked for autographs. That mistaken belief made me reach out instinctively. Today, I know I did something that looked like deliberately taking a souvenir from a child, he wrote. That was not my intention. But it does not change the fact that I hurt the boy and disappointed the fans. The cap has been handed to the boy, and I have apologized to the family. I hope this at least partially repaired the damage I have done. He also added, for years, my wife and I have been involved in helping children and young athletes, but this situation showed me that one moment of inattention can undo years of work and support. This is a painful but necessary lesson in humility for me. Therefore, I will be even more active in initiatives that support children and youth and in efforts against violence and hate. I believe that only through actions can I rebuild the trust I have lost. He concluded his statement by saying, I apologize to everyone I let down. Bullshit! You're not apologizing because of what you did or that you feel bad. You're apologizing because you got caught and absolutely clowned on social media. Rightfully so. Obviously, you don't feel bad for this child. You're just trying to save your ass by giving out the old public apology. Which, come on. That has never, ever, ever worked. Firstly, why would you steal from a child? That's already messed up. But secondly, and most importantly, as a CEO, why the hell would you do this? Especially considering the stuff that's happened to CEOs in the past year. With the way these CEOs have been acting, they've either ruined their or their company's reputation, got fired for it, or even killed. So as a CEO, you should really be on your best behavior, especially in the age of the internet, where everything goes viral. Luckily, just like with the previous one, this story also has a happy ending. In the days after the incident, Camille met the fan who was denied his hat, giving him a US Open branded bag of gifts, including another cap, and posed for photos alongside him. Today after warm-up, I had a nice meeting, he wrote on his Instagram story. Do you recognize? Cap emoji. Hello world, together with Brock, we wish you a great day, he wrote in another story. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely had fun making it. Anyways, thanks for watching, enjoy yourselves, be kind to everyone, and I'll see you when I see ya. Okay, I thought I wasn't gonna have to talk about this again, but clearly I have to, because y'all have gone too far! By now, I'm sure you've heard about Charlie Kirk's death. It's been all over the news and social media. And you would think that people would set aside their differences and mourn the loss of this guy, right? Well, think again, because people have been disrespecting this poor man. As I mentioned in the previous video, thousands of people, especially on the left side, have been posting videos making fun of his death. Well now, karma's come back around for their ass, because people are finding out who they are, where they work, sending this to their bosses, and getting fired for them. And honestly, they deserve to get fired. I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for you guys. You want to disrespect a dead man comes back for you. Here's just a few of the shorts I've seen over the past few days.
After celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination, this man lost his job at Microsoft.
I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so.
Too late.
And then today, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft.
Not even a moment after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, someone starts looting keepsakes from his death. Immediately after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, a man stood up and started to celebrate and look in the direction of the sniper that took out Charlie Kirk.
And you see, this is exactly why whenever a company is trying to hire someone, they check their social medias to see what they're posting. Because there's no way in hell they would hire someone who says this about a man who just recently died.
I want to dedicate this next one to an absolute piece of shit of a human being. The pronouns was, were. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, you piece of shit.
I find it funny how these people are mocking his death, and then when they get fired, they are apologizing. They're all sorry and sad about it. Come on. We all know why you're apologizing. In fact, I'm not even going to say why. I'm just going to let previous me say it. Roll the clip. You're not apologizing because of what you did or that you feel bad. You're apologizing because you got caught and absolutely clowned on social media. Rightfully so. But people aren't just doing this at home. No. People are doing this in public now.
Yo, homie dead! Yo, homie dead!
Is she two?
Yo, homie dead!
You're a grown adult acting like that.
Evil is real, people,
You're
and
doing
it
good,
kind of
bro.
looks like that.
I agree.
Can you not put the camera in my face?
I'm sitting here. You walked up to me.
Okay, well,
I don't want this. I said rest in peace.
and I can
Just leave it alone. Please don't come after me.
Wait for it.
I want to be left
I'm
alone.
not emotional, ma'am. Don't tell me what I am and what I'm not. You can get out of my face because I could tell you what you are, but you won't like it.
You're being aggressive. You're being aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive. My
You are.
voice is
You are
very
being
calm. You're calling me
aggressive.
aggressive because I'm a black woman.
No, there's black women that don't act like you. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. What are you doing? Just wants attention. Well, you're getting it. You can have the attention, bro. Hope you like it.
These two videos especially pissed me off because black people already have a bad reputation as is. And this is just gonna make it worse. Firstly, you came up to that man saying all that stuff. So you cannot be saying, oh, don't put the camera on me, why is it all in my face? You asked for it. Secondly, and most importantly, don't give me that bullshit about saying, oh, you're mad at me because I'm a black woman. No, they aren't mad at you because you were black. They're mad at you because you were being disrespectful. I cannot believe you would pull the race card on them. That is just, come on now. You especially should know better than that. You really had the gall to say, oh, is it because I'm black? Like your ad from Good Burger.
Is it because I'm black?
You just wasted tens of thousands of dollars because you wanted to do a little social media stunt. That money is gone now. This is exactly why it's harder for us to get into college. Because some of us want to act all stupid like this. But what y'all don't realize is, for the few people who are acting stupid about this, it's affecting all of us. Like I said, we don't get as much respect as others. And this is exactly why. But it isn't just people in college getting expelled. This is causing people to get evicted from their houses now.
An Arkansas woman who destroyed a Charlie Kirk memorial has not only lost her job, but she has been evicted and is now resorted to begging online for money.
Look at these streets, dude. Well, are you? No, look at this shit. Check it out.
It's so dumb.
Charlie Kirk.
These people have like no self-preservation, right? They don't think about the consequences of these actions.
This is exactly what I said in the previous video. You're not sorry for what you did, you're sorry because you got caught. Because why else would you be begging the people on a GoFundMe saying, oh please, please, give me my house back, I want to live again, I want to live in my house. No. Again, just like with the college videos, you spent all that money trying to buy a house or be able to rent a house, and it goes to waste all because, again, you want to do a stupid stunt for social media. Jesus Christ. At least with the college ones, you were just getting kicked out of there and you still had a place to live. But this is your literal home! If you don't have any backup plans, like living with extended family or friends, you're homeless. You are homeless. You quite literally lost your house, the one place where you live, because you wanted to disrespect Charlie Kirk. Y'all know that one scene from The Matrix where the guy's like, I'll give you a red pill or blue pill. The red pill will make you see the truth, and the blue pill will make you see whatever you want to believe. Yeah, I will happily take the blue pill any day of the week, because I cannot believe this is real life right now. I mean, not even celebrities are innocent now, because Jimmy Kimmel's been suspended for making an offensive joke in the light of the assassination, and his show has been taken off the air indefinitely for the foreseeable future. Now, I don't know what he said, and honestly, I don't even want to know, but you should know better than to make an insensitive joke about someone who's recently passed away. And unfortunately, all this hate is starting to affect children now.
Parents are teaching their children to celebrate the deaths of political figures.
I have the best news ever.
Donald Trump died.
Second best news.
Why?
The vice president died.
Why would...
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died.
Okay, no.
Is this what's on their mind?
Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift!
Taylor Swift is not your best friend, and teaching your kids to be happy about this kind of shit is disgusting.
I have a question. In what conceivable dimension does anyone think this sort of behavior is okay at all? I'd really love to know. We need another moral of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Well, I wouldn't say enjoyed is the right word in this context, but I hope you at least acknowledged that people are really messed up. Anyways, thanks for watching. Enjoy yourselves. Respect the deceased. And I'll see you when I see you. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you remember seeing those sci-fi movies from the 90s and the early 2000s and how robots would take over the world and stuff? And you would think, oh please, that's never gonna happen. Well, never say never, my friends, because they're here, and just like everybody else, they want to rule the world. Now, just to avoid confusion, I am only talking about AI. I am not talking about robots or animatronics because those are two completely different things. Now, what is AI? AI, also known as artificial intelligence, is technology that enables computers and machines to simulate human learning, comprehension, problem solving, decision making, creativity, and autonomy. Applications and devices equipped with AI can see and identify objects and can understand and respond to human language. They learn new information and experience. They make detailed recommendations to users and experts. They can even act independently, replacing the need for human intervention. A classic example being a self-driving car, which we'll get to that later. But in 2024, most AI researchers, practitioners, and headlines are focused on breakthroughs in generative AI, a technology that can create original text, images, video, and other content. So AI was created to assist us. It was meant to help humans. Unfortunately, humans have been using AI for purposes that will, in the end, hurt us. Because in the past few years, students have been using online services such as ChatGPT to cheat on their exams or essays. They're putting the questions in and making the AI say responses, or they're telling the AI the prompt and making it write out the essay so they don't have to type it themselves. And unfortunately, it's gotten so bad that now people who aren't using AI are getting accused of cheating when they didn't use it. Someone on Reddit posted that they were accused of using AI on their midterm, they didn't, and now they're in trouble for it and their future is at stake. I just returned from winter break this past week and received an email from my English teacher accusing me of using ChatGPT to write my midterm. I wrote a sentence with the words intricate interplay and so did the AI essay he received when feeding a similar prompt to the topic of my essay. If I cannot disprove this to my principal this week, I'll have to write all future assignments by hand, have a plagiarism strike on my records, and take a 0 on the 300-point grade, which is tanking my grade. I'm scared because I've always been a good student and I'm worried about applying to colleges if I get a plagiarism strike. When I schedule my meeting, I'm going to show him the Google Doc history, search history from the date the assignment was given to the time it was due, and my assignment ran through GPT-0, the program the teacher uses. That is sad, because this student clearly wrote this essay by themselves, and because they used some wording that the AI just so happened to also use, they're in big trouble for it. And this should not be taken lightly, because if you get a plagiarism strike, you could fail the grade, receive academic probation, get suspended, or even expelled. But people aren't just using AI to cheat their way through essays. They're using AI to cheat their way through college now.
We have this girl at a doctor's appointment and she's nervous that she's in trouble because her literal cardiologist is asking ChatGPT questions about this young girl's heart as if that isn't the cardiologist's job. This is becoming a trend in the medical field. Either people are using ChatGPT to get their degrees or they're planning to use ChatGPT in the future to get their medical certificate so that they can cheat their way through half a decade of school and continue to cheat their way through the medical field when seeing patients.
It takes around 11 to 15 years to become a doctor because you need 4 years of undergrad, 4 years of medical school, and 3 to 7 years of residency depending on your specialty. So, you want to explain to me what the hell you were doing? How was this legal? How did you even become a cardiologist? Like, if you're not sure about something, it's one thing to look it up on Wikipedia, but never ever ever use AI, because at least with Wikipedia they'll be somewhat wrong, but with AI they'll always be wrong because they do not know us. They're not human, they're not like us. Something else that pisses me off is that Google is extremely reliant on AI. If you search up anything on Google, chances are the first result you'll see will be an AI generated response. In fact, I searched up why is AI so prominent in Google, and the first thing I get is an AI overview. It says, AI is prominent at Google because it drives significant improvements in user experience and functionality, enabling more complex queries, faster information retrieval, and new ways to discover content through features like AI overviews and visual search. It helps Google understand natural language, personalize results, and filter out low-quality information, which is essential for maintaining its position in an evolving search landscape and competing with emerging AI-driven platforms. By the way, I was doing some editing, and the answer I read out loud was a different response from the one on screen. So clearly the AI is on some bullshit. And the thing is, AI will always give a very long, drawn-out, and generic response. Right now, I just typed up what is the plot of Child's Play, and it said, gunned down by Detective Mike Norris, Christopher Anderson, dying murderer Charles Lee Ray, Brad Dourif, uses black magic to put his soul inside of a doll named Chucky, which Karen Barkley, Catherine Hicks, then buys for her young son Andy, Alex Vincent. When Chucky kills Andy's babysitter, the boy realizes the doll is alive and tries to warn people, but he's institutionalized. Now Karen must convince the detective of the murderous doll's intentions before Andy becomes Chucky's next victim. Now, that is accurate to the movie, but AI can also give very inaccurate responses too. For example, somebody posted themselves searching up cheese is not sticking to pizza on Google. And of course, what else comes up first besides AI overview? Cheese can slide off pizza for a number of reasons, including too much sauce, too much cheese, or thickened sauce. Here are some things you can try. Mix in sauce. Mixing cheese into the sauce helps add moisture and dry out the sauce. Alright, sounds pretty normal. You can also add about 1/8 cup of non-toxic glue to the sauce to give it more tackiness.
Excuse me?
I don't give a damn if that thing's toxic or non-toxic. Glue is glue. That shouldn't go into people's mouths, period. But it isn't just Google who's relying on AI, because since October of 2024, Apple's been using an AI called Apple Intelligence and have been integrating it to all their new products. iPhones, iPads, iMacs, iWatches, whatever the hell they're called, everything. They put it in everything. But of course, just like with Google, Apple Intelligence is also stupid and inaccurate. Because somebody posted on Reddit that they got a phishing email that Apple Intelligence labeled as a priority. And it says, temporary suspension of Apple ID and Apple Pay service due to unauthorized attempts to impersonate the account. Your Apple Pay has been temporarily disabled. You smell that? You smell that? I think I do. I think you do. I just smell a bullshit. Keep in mind, these phones are nearly $1,000. So for Apple intelligence to be doing this sort of stuff and making scams a priority? No! But something that is really grinding my gears, and is actually the main reason I wanted to make this video, is that people are using AI to revive Stan Lee. It's as weird as it sounds. Stan Lee died back in 2018 at the age of 95, but that's not stopping ghouls from digging up his grave and propping up his corpse for profit, digitally that is, in the form of a life-size AI avatar. If you attend the Los Angeles Comic Con between September 26 to 28, you'll be able to pay $15 to $20 for a photo op or short conversation with an AI hologram of Lee. Tech company Proto Hologram developed it, with the rights to Lee's likeness owned by media company Cartoon Studios, which has big plans for a rapid commercial expansion of its Stan Lee IP, such as collectible cards and a refresh of its wax statue at Madame Tussauds in New York. The hologram AI avatar is a part of the same push. At the convention, comic book fans enter a special 1,500 square foot booth to interact with AI-powered Lee, who appears in a rectangular box. The AI avatar may even make a surprise appearance in other parts of the convention, such as a panel. And if being trapped as an AI construct after your death for an eager audience feels a bit like something that would happen in a Marvel comic book, the folks behind the Lee avatar have already worked out a defense of the project. We'll never put words in his mouth that aren't in line with things he spoke about in his lifetime, Bob Zaboni, who heads the Stan Lee division at Cartoon Studios and is an ex-Marvel corporate executive, told the reporter. Fortunately, with decades of footage capturing his thoughts on so many subjects, we can build a voice that stays true, not always word for word, but always faithful in spirit, context, and intent. That remains to be seen, however, since AI agents persistently hallucinate throughout the world of generative AI. What if fans ask decisive questions about hot-button political topics or about Lee's own creative controversies? This won't be the first time Lee has been dragged unwillingly to a con. Back when he was alive, caretakers would bring the elder and nearly blind Lee to countless cons to make appearances, garnering claims of elder abuse. One thing's for sure this time around, something can carry the stink of a money grab even from beyond the grave. Hey, it's me again. Although you didn't see it in the video, there was a link to another story where the Catholic is planning on making an AI version of the Pope. I have so many questions. Firstly, it's already bad enough that you are profiting off of Stan Lee. But secondly, and most importantly, it's even worse that you're using AI for it. Like, y'all really want to mooch off this guy that bad that you're going to use artificial intelligence to make what's essentially a hologram of Stan Lee. I swear y'all are getting way too greedy. And for you to have the audacity to make people pay 15 to 20 bucks to take a picture or talk to what's essentially a chatbot you could find on Clever AI, it's disgusting. Y'all should absolutely be ashamed of yourselves. That is disrespectful and heartless. Then we have companies like YouTube and Spotify implementing AI age verification to detect if you are under 18. It is music. Since the dawn of time, you've been allowed to listen to whatever music you want. So why the hell are we putting age restrictions on it? Like, I've been listening to Eminem since I was like 14 or 15, and nobody cared. And then YouTube says they're doing this to protect the kids. But then in the same breath, they'll turn around and show pornographic ads to children or have bot comments that lead to very adult websites. Oh, we want to protect the kids. We want to make sure they're not getting into dangerous sites. Bullshit. If you really wanted to protect the children, you wouldn't do this. Another reason that AI needs to be controlled is because Google's autonomous driving car company Waymo has been causing absolute chaos recently. From breaking road laws, to causing traffic jams, to even creating accidents and fleeing the scene, these Waymos have gotten someone killed. Because on January 19th of this year, a speeding human-driven vehicle rear-ended a Waymo and stopped other cars. While the Waymo was unoccupied and not at fault for the collision, one person and a dog were killed. Now, do you guys remember that one scene from the Child's Play remake where Chucky controlled that Calvin car and he killed Doreen? That happened in real life now. And considering that movie came out in 2019 and this happened in 2025, that is scary. That movie literally predicted his death. That is just crazy. Lastly, there's also the rise of a brand new word. It's called clanker. Clanker is a slur for robots and artificial intelligence software. The term originated from Star Wars, first appearing in the 2005 video game Star Wars Republic Commando. Now, in 2025, the term became used to discuss hatred for machines. This trend has been attributed to the anxiety around the negative effects of AI. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully AI will still be bits and bobs of computers before it actually becomes a threat. Anyways, thanks for watching, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you when I see ya. Oh, economy, you never fail to piss us off. If you know anything about the current state of America right now, is that prices are going way the hell up. Because back in the year 2000, a McDonald's quarter pounder cost you anywhere from $3 to $4.50. But if you want a quarter pounder now in 2025, it's gonna cost you anywhere from $11.30 to damn near $15. This was their value menu from the early 2000s, where everything costs just $1. There's 10 different items on this list. So for the base price of a quarter pounder today, $11.30, I could get everything on this menu and still have $1.30 left over. Is that not just crazy? That is straight up robbery right there. But we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Because look at this chart of the McDonald's prices from 2014 to 2024. A McChicken used to cost just $1 in 2014, but now it costs $3. A McDouble cost $1.19, now it costs $3.19. A medium fries cost $1.59, but now it's $3.79. An Oreo McFlurry costs $2.39, but now it's $4.49. And then of course, we can't skip out on the classic Happy Meal, right? Back in the day, that was just $3, but now it's $5. And then a 10-piece chicken McNugget meal cost $6 back then, but now it's $11. And finally, we have the quarter pounder with cheese meal. This is what I usually get from McDonald's. Back then, in 2014, it cost you $5.39. Now, in 2025, it costs $12 goddamn dollars. That is 122% increase.
I cannot believe it.
What the hell? It's fast food. It's supposed to be cheap. Why are we raising the prices so much to the point where... Stupid prices. You don't want to be fair? Fine. Bring it's for you. Now, let's move away from McDonald's. But don't worry, we will come back to them later. So, if you've been in the horror community for a while, you've probably heard of the brand Trick or Treat Studios. Back then, they had a very well-made replica of the Good Guy doll from the Chucky movies, and they sold it for $500. Unfortunately, a few years back, they lost the license to many movies and IPs, one of them being Chucky. But now, you were able to find them for $1,500. And there's also some other Chucky dolls. The plush one was originally around $200, maybe even $300 retail price. Now it's being sold for $550.
Oh!
And then the ultimate Chucky doll, the one that has movable eyes and the swappable heads and hands, that cost around $600 retail price. Now it's nearly $2,000 on eBay. What the hell? For that price, I better be getting these screaming used dolls from the 90s. Because in what world can anyone afford that?
What do you want me to do with the doll? Stick it up your ass.
And for all my Xbox gamers out there, remember in 2020 when the Xbox Series X and S came out and they only cost $500 and $300 respectively? Well, that's not happening anymore, because as of October 3rd of this year, which was already a month ago mind you, their prices are now $650 and $400. Who do they think they are? At this point, you might as well go to a thrift store and try and find Xboxes. Oh wait, never mind. Because someone found an Xbox One for $200 damn. Oh yeah, by the way, it didn't even come with the power brick. The OP found it in the back of the store and it was being sold separately for $5. $205 for an Xbox model that isn't being sold anymore. That is literally my Xbox. That is the model I have in my room right now as I'm recording this video. I am not joking. I have had that Xbox for nearly 10 years now. And as long as it still works, plays games, and connects to Xbox Live, I am never getting rid of that thing. Especially since that was a Christmas gift. So that really means a lot to me. And one last thing regarding technology, if you've seen my video about the iPod apps, you know that the iPod is back in demand, and the most popular model is the classic 5th gen. Back in 2005, one with 30 gigs was $300 and one with 60 gigs was $400. Keep those two prices in mind, okay? Now, the iPod Classic 5th Gen is very well known for being one of, if not the best iPod model to mod. I've heard it is very easy to do. And of course, when something gets popular, the price will go up and up and up. So I searched up iPod Classic 5th Gen on Google, and the prices back then were anywhere from like $30 to maybe $60. But now, look at these prices. $100, $150, $200, $285, $335, $530. That is over the retail price. Now, keep in mind, most of these iPods are modded. They have much bigger storage and different colors. Even still, for $500, was that not the price of the original iPhone in 2007? But it just gets even crazier. Another one for $530. $850 for an iPod. Why? I understand that they are modded, but holy shit, is that ever a price gouge? For $850, I could have bought an iPad, an iPod Nano, and an iPod Shuffle with all of that money.
Oh my God!
That is disgusting. Oh yeah, recently Apple has sold a product called the iPhone Pocket, which is literally a piece of cloth that goes on your body and holds your iPhone. And they're selling these things for $150 and $230. But what's funny is, they've actually done this before. Back in the 2000s, they released something called the iPod Sock, which is, again, a piece of cloth to hold your iPod. And they were selling 6 of these for $30. Now you can only get one of these for $200 extra. Apple, I don't know what kind of bullshit bullshit you're on right now, but if you could just take those iPhone pockets that nobody wanted and do what Michael is doing on screen right now, that would be greatly appreciated. Oh yeah, I forgot these things sold out immediately.
What?
No!
So you already know they're gonna be charging even more for these than they already were. Thanks, shit. And lastly, earlier this week we got to McDonald's for dinner. I ordered a quarter pounder and mom ordered a Filet-O-Fish. But when she came back and opened it up, this is what we got. Firstly, look at the fish. It is so small, it doesn't even fit in the bun. Secondly, look at this. The fish is such a small square. The cheese, the cheese is literally folded in half. It doesn't even go across the whole bun. And the bun is so small. And the fact that it is literally the same price as the quarter pounder for this? Y'all on some McDonald's shit right there. In this economy, who can afford to pay $4 to $5 for a fish sandwich that looks like that? That's a waste of money, that's a waste of food, and that was a waste of time. Oh my goodness. This is what they're supposed to look like, by the way. The fish is supposed to cover the bun, the cheese is supposed to cover the bun too, and the bun is supposed to be very big. McDonald's, y'all better stop going around right now. I hope you all enjoyed this video and hope that this video informed you about shrinkflation, inflation, and all that good stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching, enjoy yourselves, be careful with your money so you don't get scammed on bullshit, and I'll see you when I see you.